All right, Coach Hayden Knight here. This week, I just want to talk to my players about directional touches. Uh, in a directional touch, what you want to do is take your first touch in a given direction, left, right, depending on where the pressure is coming from. If the pressure is coming from this way, you want to take your first touch away from pressure. Or you want to take your first touch out of pressure and get out of pressure. So we're going to talk about directional touches. There are a couple of things we want to highlight. First of all, there's a technique involved in directional touches. So I'm going to work on technique with the inside of the foot, outside of the foot, with the chest, with the thighs, with the head. Putting the ball in a specific direction, angling the ball away from pressure. And then I'm going to talk about long touches and short touches. A few World Cups ago, in preparation for the World Cup, Brazil beat Germany like 3-0 or something in a game, and Klinsmann was coaching. And then he analyzed the difference between the Brazilians and the Germans, and then he came up with this idea that the Brazilians were using these long touches and these short touches, and a couple World Cups later, Germany destroyed Brazil. So they incorporated the use of the long touch and the short touch. So that's going to be what we're talking about today. So I'm going to just start with a little warm up, where we play a little boom ball, a little small boom ball, just to get little soft touches, warm up the body a little bit, warm up the legs. All right, little boom ball, and then little boom ball, little touches here, making sure you're using all the surfaces that you're going to use for this exercise today. Okay, and then the technique involved in receiving the ball, use the inside of the foot. You want to swing the ball across the body and protect it. So you take a touch across the body, and you want to shield the ball away from the opponent. Or you might want to take a touch with the outside of the foot, like that, away from the opponent, and then get your body between the man and the ball here. Okay. You might want to take a touch if the opponent is coming directly at you. You might want to take a touch where you control it and you step over the ball and you shield it from the opponent here. Okay. I say never worry about the ball. Worry about the man. Once you receive the ball, then you play the man, not the ball. Okay. So. Little boom ball now, and you're taking those little touches to shield the ball. So boom it up, boom it up, receive, and shield. One touch, receive, and shield. All right. About on the thighs, you boom it up, receive, touch, and shield. Okay. One more time. You can touch, receive, control, and shield. Okay. All right. So we're doing some boom ball. We're doing the head now. Touch. You throw it up if you have trouble. Touch. Shield. Okay. For those younger players, like I'm having trouble today. My yard is sloped and I don't have a good flat surface, but for expediency, I'm going to just throw the ball up and take my touches, just so that I don't waste time chasing the ball around if I miss it. As you get better at it, you can, boom it up, All right, boom it up. Take your touches like that. All right. Okay. So on the head, a directional touch. We're gonna take a touch here, around the ball, and I'm under control. On the chest, I'm gonna chest it down, keep the touch, and I'm under control here. All right, I got these cones so that you see the idea of taking a directional touch towards the cone here on the left, or a directional touch towards the cone here on the right, and you control it. All right. So directional touches, the technique inside of the foot. You want to practice a little bit, and you want to turn your body around the ball. Hook the arch of your foot around the ball. Arch of your foot around the ball, and get your knee over the ball. Get your knee over the ball when you turn. Okay. Same with the outside of the foot. All right. You want to get your foot up and get the ankle over the ball, so that when you turn it, your knees over the ball, and the ball's under you as you turn. Okay, so real simple and slow. It's here, and it's here. Okay. The idea is to take the ball in a direction away from pressure. All right. Cool. Let me just adjust my camera here so that, yeah, I think we're good. All right. So I've got two boxes here. Right. Two boxes here. I've got, on a typical day, I do about 4 or 5 yards in each box. And now I want to talk a little bit about the short touch and the long touch. So I'm standing here between the starter cones, and I'm going to take a short touch about 4 yards away from my body. I take a short touch, the ball's about 4 yards, and I chase it. I put my foot on it, and I shield from the opponent. Okay, another short touch, 4 yards, chase it, foot on it, shield. Right? Short touch, chase it, go around the cone, and then face the opponent. Short touch, go around the short cone, first cone, and back in. So the idea is take these short touches to warm up, get the idea of chasing the ball and retrieving it. If the ball goes 3 or 4 yards away from you, sprint after it, collect it, and then repeat. So you short touch, sprint, and around the cone, and back. Okay. Long touch, about 10 yards away. So we take a long touch and we sprint and around the cone. Long touch, sprint, and back. Now, you take a short touch if you're in a crowded area. 2 to 3 yards, you need to get away from the opponent. You know, he's about 4 yards from you, so you take a little touch and you retrieve the ball and you face him up. All right? Long touch, when you have time and space and you want to go from point A to point B and use that space quickly. Remember, the ball is always faster than the man. So if you can push the ball into a space 10 yards and sprint after it, you run faster without the ball than you do with the ball, most players. All right? So a long touch, and then a short touch, you sprint, and you collect the ball, long touch, hard, and you sprint. And you collect the ball. That time, the ball got away from me because I'm running downhill. Okay, so short touch, long touch. All right, so a little exercise for you players. I call it east, west, north, and south. I'm in the box, and I go, that's the north here in Cedarburg, that's the south, that's the east, and behind me is the west. So I'll go north. I'll go south. I'm going to go west. And I'm going to come east. All right? So you want to use different surfaces to go east, west, north, and south. On the thigh. Up. Thigh. Up. Okay, on the head. Up. Head again. Up. And to go west. Up. So practice going east, west, north, and south with all the different surfaces. All right? If you have somebody at home, you can throw the ball to you gently from about this distance, and then toss the ball to your chest. You can receive it and go to the north. You can receive it and go to the south. You can receive it and turn it all the way to the west. Or you can receive it and go back to the east towards the cone. All right? All right. So now, you're receiving the ball with a directional touch. Now you got a bunch of people around you trying to take the ball from you. They're trying to get the ball. So you got to have a directional touch and then a getaway touch. All right, that's what I call it. So it would look like this. Receive the ball, okay? Step over it, shield, and then getaway touch. 3 yards away. Okay. Receive the ball. Oops. Receive the ball. Step over, and then a getaway touch. And your getaway touch should be a little push into space. Now the space could be 3 yards away, 4 yards away. The space could be 10 yards away. You've got to get a feel on your foot for where that ball is going to go and how you're going to use that space. So that's why I like to use these boxes here, right? So my box is this one here is about 4 by 4 by 4. All right, so I take a little time and I into space. Touch it, step over, and into space with the getaway touch. All right, I got a couple players on my team. They got all the skills and everything. You play them a ball, they'll do a move, and then they get stuck in one place. You gotta explode out of the space. Remember the key principles of ball control. You gotta be trapping, then you gotta receive it, and then you gotta dribble, and then you dribble, you change your speed, you change your direction, and then you do some moves. All right? Those are just some of the elements involved in protecting the ball, right? After you take your directional touch. All right? So we'll do we'll do a Cruyff, touch, and then I push into space, and I sprint after it. Cruyff, touch, sprint into space. All right, I'll do a Rivellino, or some people call this a step over. Rivellino, touch, into space, and sprint. Left foot Rivellino. Remember, you want to use both feet, left and right, in all your moves. Rivellino, and into space. Now, I'm taking those short touches right now. Okay. You can do a hook, where you approach the ball. You approach the ball, you hook, boom, boom, and then into space. Hook, hook, into space. All right? So moves you should work on if you take after you take a directional touch is the Cruyff, the Rivellino, the hook. All right? So now you've worked on the technical part of directional touches and you got some moves to get out of trouble. The next thing you want to do is you want to raise your heart rate up a little bit, and you want to incorporate the quickness of the move between the time you receive it and the time you get into space. So what I recommend when I was in training or with my team is you take your touch, you shield the ball, you push it into space quickly, do your move, face up, take a directional touch into space quickly, turn, into space, directional touch, turn, all right? And you use all the different surfaces during that sequence of about a minute to get from point A to point B 4 to 5 yards away. All right? Then I like to play a little boom ball to rest. Boom ball. Up. And receive. 2-touch boom ball. 1, 2. Yep. 1, 2. And receive. 1, 2. And receive. 1, 2, and receive. Hook. All right. I'll play a little boom ball in between. And now I'm going to take the long touch 10 yards away, where I'm going to receive the ball, push it ahead 10 yards, and sprint after it. So I receive, touch, sprint, face up. 10 yards, sprint. That was too long. That was too long a touch. So, yeah. So we're using the short box and the long box to chase down the ball. All right. You want to challenge yourself a little bit during this training session. You want to play some high boom ball 2-touch or without any hands. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, and sweep. 1, 2. Right. You want to play low boom ball? I was playing pretty low and medium high, but you can also play high boom ball where you really kick the ball up high and you receive. A lot of our players have a hard time. Okay, you bring it in, right? Boom it up, juggle it 3 or 4 times, and then sweep and move into space, right? So, in summary, we want to take directional touches. Ball, you receive the ball, touch it towards the cone, dribble away. Receive the ball to your thigh, touch it towards the cone, dribble away, right? Receive the ball with the inside of the foot, touch it away, right? And then as you warm up, you want to use the technique of getting your knee over the ball and you hook your foot around the ball like that. And then you get your body between the man and the ball and shield them off. All right? Then you want to play a little boom ball to get your body going and sweep with all the different parts of the body. Little boom ball here and sweep, right? Little boom ball with the head and directional touches, right? You want to do that in an east, west, north, and south pattern. Then you want to incorporate the use of the getaway touch after you receive the ball. Take a getaway touch and push the ball the correct distance away from the defender into space and then shield. That space is going to be anywhere from 1 foot to 10 yards before you have to put your foot on the ball and protect it again. Right? So for a little cardio, also you want to take your little directional touch and sprint. You want to pace your touch and then sprint after the ball and shield. You move, getaway touch, and shield. Move, getaway touch, shield. Move, getaway touch, and shield. The getaway touch, I always take it with the outside of the foot, so you crouch down, you power up that foot. So if I do a Rovellino, I'm powering up this leg right here, and I'm pushing off the back leg, and I explode. Right? You push off the back leg, you explode off the back leg, push off the front. So hopefully this will help you guys. Today is a warm day. The last couple of Tuesdays I've done work with you. It's been really cold. It's nice out here in my backyard. It's all my version of, technical Tuesdays during the Corona times. So I see some people out. They're walking on the bike path here in beautiful Cedarburg. So enjoy your training session. I didn't even go full power. I'm just demonstrating it at half speed, and I worked up a sweat today. Can you imagine what you can do in your backyard with more space and with more intensity? So, Coach Night out. Love you. Stay safe. Bye.